Call Me By Your Name is, and maybe this is a little bit because like we haven't had a lot, but I don't think so, because I think it's a gorgeous movie in its own right. But just as like a gay romantic drama, that feeling that you get at the end of the film when Armie Hammer gets on the train and he's leaving, and that gorgeous performance from Timothée Chalamet, which is realizing that his love is gone and that it's just not something you can get a dime a dozen in the situation that he is. It's just really beautiful performance. And I think also importantly, birth of a movie star, Timothée Chalamet, who we're very happy to have.
Okay, I'm going with films that made me personally feel gay. And I'm going to go a different route here. My first is American Pie.
One time at band camp, I stuck a flute.
I remember watching all the American Pie movies and being so attracted to everyone sexually and like just feeling so horny and watching all of them on like Comedy Central on loop late night. I remember Sean William Scott like just being like this male energy that is part of the reason why I think now Matt and I are finally making them dance. Like, I feel like Sean William Scott was my first awakening to like, I'm attracted to a man.
My second one is Black Swan. It is so like camp, but also it is so good. And it has an iconic lesbian sex scene. And we stand Natalie, and we also stand Mila. And we also stand the opportunity as gay men to identify as either a Natalie or a Mila. And I believe that that is an iconic gay question we can ask amongst ourselves. And we thank the film for that. And we also thank the film for anytime you collapse after giving a performance, you should all say, it was perfect.
Matt, who do you think? I think I'm Natalie or Mila.
100%. I'm always Mila. With any combination of any other person, I'm Mila.
Annie James and Hallie Parker are about to discover.
This is so freaky.
They're both unique in the same way.
Meredith and Chessie. I feel like these two women are like the yin and the yang to my current personality. It's like the Meredith who's like Elaine Hendricks, right? She's like just iconic fashion, blonde, rich, in it for the money, lizard in the mouth, physical acting. I am wicked evil. And I remember being so drawn to that energy and just being like, oh, I'm obsessed with this female that doesn't give a fuck. And that is just like volatile and it's part of the bid. And she's platinum blonde. I was like,
I wish I knew how to quit you.
My next one is Brokeback Mountain.
Left it off because I knew that Matt would do it.
It puts me in my favorite state after watching a movie like that, which is intense despair. I love to cry, and you will never cry like you've cried at the end of that movie when Heath Ledger takes Jake Gyllenhaal's shirt off the closet that he's kept and he smells it and he says, Jack, I swear. This is not just good gay cinema for Heath and Jake and the gay sex of it all in a tent. This is also good gay cinema because it was Anne Hathaway blonde in a cowboy hat. It was Michelle Williams slaying for pretty much the first time. And the movie has Linda Cardellini in it.
He was in love with me every day for 9 years. Me!
I can see why.
Rupert Everett is like this like dashing like queer man, and like I love his like gay presence, even though it's like he still is like hot and passing and like all of that.
My next one is Weekend. It creates that feeling of just like like longing and like things can't be. The two actors are great and it's really beautifully written and it really sneaks up on you emotionally.
Oh, look how cute. There's like a judge and everything. Vote for Al!
I remember my dad laughing at the part in the courtroom where like she says like, you bitch, like that guy gets up and like when he gets exposed as being a gay man and his lover gets up. I remember my dad cackling in a way that made me feel like one day I could eventually tell him that I was gay and that he would at least find me funny.
Pent up feelings can just explode if you don't do anything about it.
My last one is Eating Out 2, Sloppy Seconds. It made me jack off many times. I feel this is one of the hottest bad gay movies anyone could watch. I recommend it. You can find it very easily. It's essentially porn, which we love. And yeah, it's a way to make me feel a little bit better about my list, which has been too serious so far.
My last one was going to be Paris is Burning. It's a documentary, but I just think
And
that
now he goes like prestige.
My other one was Mrs. Doubtfire. It is one of my favorite movies of all time. The gay men in that movie for me were like fun, and I loved retreating to the gay characters in that movie in a way that like I feel like is different than in Legally Blonde, when it was kind of like they were used as punchlines and as like expletive moments. I felt like they were like the two men in that story that like Robin would go to for solace, to be honest, to be truthful, transparent about what he wanted to do for love, for his family. Comedically, it's one of my favorite performances I've ever seen an actor do. I love that movie. I grew up on that movie. I could quote it for you now, and I know many people can. It is beloved, which is why I was going to go with Paris is Burning, which I think is queer history. That is how you see the ballroom in its truest form, and it's amazing to see how much culture we have borrowed and brought into the mainstream from Black, queer, and trans women.